I started out without a general contractor. And when we decided to tear the house down and start over, we ended up going to M.R. Brewer, and it's been fabulous, actually. I love working with the brewer. It's a family business, and the two sons, which I work deal with mostly, and their father, Rusty.
Once we got involved in the project and realized it was the magnitude of the work that had to be done on the existing house, we decided to tear the existing house down and start from scratch.
We met with the Porters, and they decided that I would fit, and so I've been working on the design even as it's been being built.
My involvement started with doing a material list for the Porter residents, and from that point working with M.R. Brewer, Joe Waltman, and Mr. and Mrs. Porter on selecting materials, starting with Norwood windows, working with our wall panel shop to produce and sign off on shop drawings for the wall panels, working with our sawmill in order to get all the pine products that Mr. and Mrs. Porter want for this house, and coordinating all the deliveries and special orders for everything that's come to the job site so far.
This is a contractor doing a job up in Casco, but he's an actual Yarmouth account, so I've been dealing with the Yarmouth sales team, making sure that we get to the deliveries and the product up to the customer when they need them, to make sure that this project goes smoothly for them.
As the general manager of the Yarmouth location, making sure that the level of service that our customers expect is met, and there was a lot of planning that went into making sure that this project went smoothly, and we are well underway now, and so far so good.
Once we finalized the design on the house, we were trying to figure out a start date for the project. We realized we were getting closer and closer to the winter months, and we wanted to try to fast track the schedule a little bit. It was our first time using wall panels. We've talked about using wall panels before in the past. We were kind of skeptical of wall panels, but now that we've done it, we've gone through the process. It was efficient, it was fast, it was cost effective, and when we look back on our overall schedule, I think we estimated that it shaved about a month off of our overall schedule by using wall panels.
I met directly with the architect and Matt Brewer on the design of the walls. We ended up producing exterior walls, interior walls, gable end walls, and we ended up delivering them, and from what I understand, they went smoothly.
This is my first experience using wall panels, and I thought it went excellent. I had my reservations about it because I like to have control over every aspect of the project, and I was hesitant about building the floor system here and doing the timber frame on another part, and then having the wall panels built at Hancock and putting it all together. I had concerns about how that was going to go, and it couldn't have gone any better.
As an account manager for Hancock Lumber, I've sold wall panels now on about 15 different jobs, and almost every customer that's ever worked with them has been extremely happy with them and wants to use them again. The wall panels usually will go up on an average house in one day, as opposed to about a week of on-site framing. And in the wintertime, that 1 week can turn into 2 to 3 weeks.
The main material on the house in many places is eastern white pine, and we used it for the post and beam and for the ceilings, and it'll be the outside siding and the exterior roof trim and window trim. So it sounds like a very simple project. It's a pine tree, but turning it into the various parts of the house is it's actually fascinating, and Hancock knows a great deal about it. They are the resource.
We decided to use pine, I think, because it's what we've become accustomed to at Migas, and we've used a lot of it over the years there. We like the look. And we were able to go to the mill and see samples of what the pine would look like when it was milled, and the different grades and how knotty we wanted it or didn't want it, and how to select the different grades. So it was very interesting, actually.
Being able to have direct contact with the mill in Casco, to be able to go to the actual site, see the material we were going to use, show the owners the material they were going to be receiving, it's just made the decision process that much easier.
I've had great experience with Norwood because it really is a window that can do anything and fit any application. They're great for new construction, and they're also great for like historic rehab. It's a window that's built to order tons of custom casing options and sill options. I guess hundreds of colors on the exterior, great warranty, durable, and definitely holds up in Maine, this New England climate.
Norwood Windows was brought to our attention through Hancock Lumber. We went to the Home Again store, we saw the product, we met with the sales rep, we met with the Norwood window rep, and what really sold the owner on the window itself was not only was it a solid wood window, but the warranty on the finish is what really sold the owner on the product.
Being in a very kind of a rustic, classic Maine area on the water, and based on the design of the house, a lot of wood, a lot of glass. I think the Norwood window is kind of where we naturally went to use more of an organic product, but keeping a very kind of a classic, kind of a rugged, rustic, beautiful Maine aesthetic to this home.
The thing about the Norwood window is the paint finish is extremely durable. It's really as durable as vinyl, just the finish, not to mention the window underneath. And the options for making it feel real and feel good. So the owners were looking for that kind of thing. I had been wanting to use them, so I was very much for it.
Joe, I have to say, was a bit of an influence. He said, make sure you take a look at the Norwood windows. And I think the big selling point was that they would pre-paint them, and the paint job is, to me, seems phenomenal. And both the exterior and the interior, they come all set to go. As far as I can tell, they're going to be put in, and there'll be no painting to do on them. They'll be either inside or outside.
My experience working with Norwood is that it's a quality product, that the process of ordering is very easy. They are very conscientious. They go over their acknowledgments completely, the order matching it to the acknowledgement, being sure that everything is the way we want it. They call with any questions that they have. So they're very in the detail of going through the order. The product itself, it's amazing that the quality and the amount of detail that goes into the windows.
When my father started the business in 1987, he started using Hancock right around that time. And one of the main reasons that we continue to use Hancock is, one, the service. It seems like the people there, it's been the same people in the office that we deal with, which is the Yarmouth office we deal with on a regular basis. It seems like it's been the same people there since I was in high school. And they get to know you, you get to know them. They really make you feel like you're part of the family, which is extremely impressive for a large company like Hancock to make a small company like ours feel.
My relationship started with David Hancock, with Hancock Lumber, who had a relationship with my father in terms of Migas Lodge, because my parents owned Migas. And the relationship has moved from David to Kevin, and it's just worked. It's always worked. And that's now 34 years with me, and another 10 prior to that for my father. So.
The most important thing for me that a building supplier needs to be is sort of a resource for the questions I might ask. So that if I have a question about whether this is a good door and whether it is cost too much and whether it's easy to get and how long it will take, and also for them to be give me the same answer one day as they will the next, and so that if you get one person, you get one answer, and another person, you get another answer. Some places, Hancock's always very consistent.
I've been working with Hancock Lumber for 20 years. Since I was in high school, I'd go to Hancock to get lumber when we had jobs to do. I've been dealing with Alan Carr for as long as I can remember. He's a great salesman. I feel like I know him very well. And at the yards, you drive in the yards in Peter and Wyndham, or you go into see Brenda at Yarmouth or Bill in the yard in Yarmouth. They're always friendly, they're always willing to help. It's a great place to go, and I feel like I have a good rapport with them. I feel like they know me when I walk in the door, and I like going there.